The gyms are opening. It's a miracle. So one thing I see asked quite a lot on social media is, how do I protect my hair during a workout? And I might not look at it at the moment, but I actually love going to the gym. So what I'm going to do in this video is just show a few of my quick, easy, protective hairstyles for when I'm pumping iron. I also want to apologise in advance as well for any sort of background noise, because both inside and outside my house, it is just pandemonium. So we're going to start off with a nice, simple hairstyle, the pineapple. For those of you that didn't know, the pineapple is just a ponytail that is on top of your head. And you can either flip your head upside down to pineapple, which is what I do generally when I'm putting my hair up for bed. But for my sort of daytime pineapple, I just flip my head backwards, as you saw there. And I'm using a Invisibobble rip-off from Primark. I just loop it around my hair twice, tighten it, and then I like to take down these little baby hairs. I quite often end up tucking them behind my ears because they annoy me, but it just sort of softens the look and just makes it that little bit more flattering. So obviously the big pro of this hairstyle is it sort of keeps your hair off your neck and off your face. So it's really good if I feel like getting quite sort of working quite hard in the gym, basically. But I do find, because it's quite a tight hairstyle, sometimes, particularly if I'm in the gym for quite a while, it does sort of stretch out my curls. I don't know if that's sort of just the pineapple alone, because I tie it tighter than when I'm going to bed at night, or if it's a result of the sweat, the moisture in my hair, combined with the pulling, if that's what stretches it out. But this is generally the hairstyle that I do the most, because it's quickest, it's easier to put up and down, and more often than not, I have one of these little hair ties just in my bag. So if I sort of forget to do my hair, it's not really that big an issue. Now, the next style I'm going to show you guys is a sort of variation of the pineapple that I just showed. It's the braided pineapple. So I put my hair into like a deep side part, find the top of where the part is, and then start braiding. So I usually do sort of one or two sort of braids. So that's two. And then what I like to do is do what's similar in execution to the Dutch braids, French braids. I'm not quite sure what version I do, to be honest, that I'm going to demo for you in a minute. So all I'm doing is, with the middle section of the braid, I am just adding to it from sort of the bulk of my hair. If I feel like sort of taking a little bit of time, I will section out the hair that I'm going to braid first, but this is the quicker version. Generally I like to go for the sort of quicker version before I lose the motivation and start thinking of excuses not to go to the gym. So this should be the last sort of section. Yeah. Then what I'm going to do is sort of swoop it round and then do the pineapple that I just did. And I find this helps, again, keep my hair off my face, and where I've braided the front of it, I find I don't get the sort of loose tendrils falling around my face where I've got the shorter bits at the front of my hair. So I think because I've braided this as opposed to just scraping it all back, I think this style might be slightly more gentle on my hairline because the braid sort of helps protect it a little bit. It's also still a fairly quick hairstyle. It only takes a couple of minutes once you sort of got the knack of doing the braid. But it is quite a fiddly hairstyle. So sometimes my hair just doesn't want to cooperate and I'll be trying to do it and it just doesn't work. But when it does work, I find that it looks a bit better as well. Like, I might look like a sweaty troll in the gym, but I don't want to feel like one. I do sort of try and look for hairstyles that look nice as well as getting the job done. So this next hairstyle that I'm going to demo is another super quick hairstyle for those that are in a rush. So all I'm going to do is similar to the pineapple, is I'm just going to gather all my hair up and then I'm going to not pull it all the way through, then loop it back round, and then we have a top knot. Now this hairstyle is a good one because the hair is completely off the back of the neck. It's also quick and simple, as you saw there. It only took, 20 seconds just to whip your hair up on top of your head. And this is generally my housework hair, but also if I don't feel like sort of working out too vigorously, if I want to do sort of more of like the Pilates side and I'll do some of the more stretching and sort of more gentle workouts, this is generally what I'll go for. Now, it again, similar to the pineapple, it's quite a sort of tight pulling hairstyle. So if your hair's prone to thinning and shedding, this is something to sort of look out for because it is quite harsh on your hairline. I'll show you guys in a minute what I mean, but I don't know if it's just my hair, but every time I wear my hair up in a top knot, whether it's for the gym or just for doing housework, it always the invisible ball always snags. Like, I do the whole, where they recommend to pull it out and then slide it off your hair, but my hair always catches. So I'll show you guys what I mean now. So I'm stretching it out and gently pulling. And it didn't snag. Typical. Now, the final hairstyle that I'm going to show you is the French, Dutch, European braids. And I'm going to do that as a time lapse, I think, just because I'll say the downside straight away. It's quite time consuming, especially if, like me, you have a lot of hair. Ta-da! So this is probably my favourite workout hairstyle just because I think it looks the best. I'm aware that my braiding technique leaves a lot to be desired, but in my defence, I actually only learned how to do this hairstyle in last summer's lockdown. So yeah, as I said, I think this looks better, and because I try not to braid too tightly, I know you can do quite severe, sort of quite tight pulled braids. I try not to do it quite so hard, so I think this is probably one of the more gentle hairstyles. However, as you saw, it's not as quick as just whacking it up in a pineapple or even braiding across the front. And it is also very fiddly. As I said, I'm 29 now. I didn't learn to braid my hair like this until last year, and that's not through lack of practice. I do also sometimes find if I get sort of, not carried away, but if I'm not planning on doing like a more vigorous workout, but then I do, these braids do sometimes get in the way. If I'm sort of running on the treadmill, So what I do sometimes is I will just take the invisible ball that's always in my bag and I do just sort of tie them up. So those are my 4 favourite workout hairstyles. Let me know in the comments what your favourite style to work out in is. As always, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Right, I'm off to the gym. Crazy hair. I did say. So those are my 4 most popular, favourite is the word I'm thinking of,